7 red flags to avoid in life. A Buddhist Zen lesson you need to hear. Life is a journey full of lessons, challenges, and growth opportunities, but along the way, certain behaviors and patterns can lead to unnecessary suffering. Today I want to share a timeless story from Buddhist and Zen teachings that reveals 7 important red flags to watch out for in yourself and others. These 7 red flags may seem subtle, but if left unchecked, they can disrupt your inner peace and lead you away from the path of mindfulness. Let's explore them together. Long ago, there was a wise Zen master who lived on the edge of a small village surrounded by nature. Every morning, he would sit under a great oak tree, meditating and contemplating the deeper truths of life. One day, a group of students approached him, troubled by the difficulties they were facing in their own lives. They asked, "Master, how do we avoid the suffering that life often brings?" The Zen master opened his eyes slowly and replied, "Suffering is a part of life, but there are 7 signs or 7 red flags that can help you recognize when you are walking towards suffering. When you notice these signs, pause and reflect, for they are warnings that you are straying from the path of peace." The first red flag is constant argument and conflict. The master explained, "When we always seek to be right, we are not truly listening. The need to prove ourselves, to dominate others with our words, comes from the ego's desire to feel superior. In Buddhism, this attachment to being right is seen as one of the many forms of clinging. When you cling to your opinions, your ego, or the need to win, you lose sight of the harmony and balance that can exist between people. Instead, you create division. The next time you find yourself in a conflict, ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Or am I feeding my ego by insisting that I am right? The second red flag is dishonesty. When we lie, the master said, we create an illusion of false reality that leads to suffering. Dishonesty is a poison that corrodes trust, both with others and within ourselves. Trust, once broken, is difficult to repair. In the teachings of Buddhism, truthfulness is one of the 5 precepts, a foundational ethical principle. Honesty nurtures clarity of mind, whereas lies entangle us in webs of deception and self-deception. A lie, no matter how small, leads you away from your true self. To live authentically is to live in harmony with the truth. The third red flag is envy. The master continued, envy is the desire for what others have, but in seeking it, you ignore the blessings already present in your life. Envy or craving is one of the 3 poisons in Buddhism. It blinds us to our abundance and creates a constant sense of lack. When you compare your life to someone else's, you rob yourself of the ability to appreciate your unique path. Gratitude is the antidote to envy. When you focus on what you have rather than what you don't, your heart becomes lighter and your mind becomes more peaceful. The fourth red flag is anger and aggression. The Zen master explained, anger is a fire that can consume not only those around you, but also your inner peace. When you act out of anger, you often regret your actions later. Buddhist teachings remind us that anger is a natural emotion, but it should not control us. Like all emotions, it is fleeting and can be observed without reaction. Mindfulness allows us to acknowledge anger without letting it dictate our actions. Next time you feel anger rising, pause, breathe. Let the fire die down before it burns bridges you've spent years building. The fifth red flag is greed. Greed, the master said, is the never-ending desire for more. But the more you grasp at material things, the emptier you feel inside. Greed is often born from the fear of not having enough. Yet in the Buddhist teachings, it is understood that true wealth comes from contentment, not accumulation. The more we chase external wealth, the more we neglect the richness within. When you let go of greed, you discover that life's greatest treasures, peace, love, and joy, are already within you. The sixth red flag is gossip and slander. The master continued, words have the power to create or destroy. When we speak ill of others, we spread negativity not only about them but within ourselves. In Buddhism, right speech is one of the steps on the Noble Eightfold Path. It teaches us to use words mindfully and with compassion. Gossip may seem harmless, but it plants seeds of division and judgment. Choose your words carefully. Let them be a reflection of kindness, not judgment. The seventh and final red flag is lack of purpose. The Zen master said, when you drift through life without direction, you become like a leaf in the wind, easily blown off course. Purpose gives life meaning. It doesn't have to be something grand or extraordinary. Your purpose could simply be to live each day with mindfulness and compassion, to bring a little more light into the world. When you are clear about your purpose, every step you take becomes more meaningful. Life is no longer something that happens to you, it becomes something you actively shape. The students listened carefully to the master's words. They realized that by recognizing these 7 red flags, conflict, dishonesty, envy, anger, greed, gossip, and purposelessness, they could begin to avoid the suffering that often comes with them. As you journey through life, remember these red flags. Keep your heart and mind open to the lessons they offer. By cultivating mindfulness and self-awareness, you can walk the path of peace, just as the Zen master taught. Applying the lessons from 7 toxic traits you should never tolerate in your personal life can greatly improve your emotional well-being and inner peace. Here's how you can practically use these teachings. 1. Criticism and negativity. Recognize if you find yourself surrounded by negative or overly critical people. Take a step back and evaluate how it's affecting you. Are their opinions helping you grow, or are they draining your energy? Actions: set healthy boundaries with those who constantly criticize or bring negativity into your life. Instead, surround yourself with people who offer constructive feedback and positivity. Personal reflection: pay attention to how often you criticize yourself or others. Practice self-compassion and focus on what's working in your life, rather than what's going wrong. 2. Arrogance. Notice if someone in your life always tries to make themselves seem superior, dismisses others, or refuses to admit mistakes. Action: avoid getting entangled with arrogant people. Their need to feel superior can pull you into unhealthy dynamics. Instead, engage with those who are humble and open to learning. Personal reflection: reflect on your actions. Do you sometimes act arrogantly? Humility is key in personal growth, so practice admitting when you don't know something and be open to learning from others. 3. Deceit. Recognize dishonesty, whether in small white lies or larger deceptions, can ruin trust. If you're around someone who consistently lies or distorts the truth, recognize how this affects your relationship with them. Action: be direct with dishonest people. If trust is broken, communicate your feelings and assess whether it's possible to rebuild that trust. Sometimes, walking away from deceitful people is the best choice. Personal reflection: stay true to your values by being honest in your actions. Honesty fosters trust and strong relationships, so practice truthfulness, even when it's difficult. 4. Jealousy. Recognize if you notice someone is jealous of your successes or constantly compares themselves to others. This can lead to tension in relationships. Action: in situations where jealousy arises, talk openly about it. Set boundaries with people who project their insecurities onto you. Surround yourself with people who support and celebrate your success. Personal reflection: if you feel jealousy creeping into your thoughts, practice gratitude. Reflect on your strengths and accomplishments, and remind yourself that everyone is on their path. 5. Anger. Recognize, pay attention to how others express their anger. If someone frequently lashes out or lets their anger control their actions, it's important to protect yourself from this behavior. Action: take steps to de-escalate situations involving anger. If you can't reason with someone in the heat of their anger, give them space and address the issue when they're calm. Personal reflection: notice how you react to anger in your life. Practicing mindfulness and deep breathing can help you manage your own emotions and respond thoughtfully instead of impulsively. 6. Gossip. Recognize if people around you gossip frequently, it can create a toxic atmosphere of mistrust. Know that gossip can damage reputations and relationships, often leading to unnecessary drama. Action: politely disengage when gossip arises or redirect conversations to more positive or constructive topics. Refuse to participate in negative talk about others. Personal reflection: watch your own words. Practice right speech, meaning you should only speak words that are kind, true, and beneficial. Focus on uplifting others rather than bringing them down. 7. Selfishness. Recognize selfish people tend to prioritize their own needs without considering the impact on others. This trait can leave you feeling used or unappreciated. Action: set boundaries with selfish individuals. Make it clear that relationships are about mutual give and take. You deserve to be valued and supported, not just used. Personal reflection: reflect on how you can be more giving in your own life. Practice generosity, whether it's sharing your time, resources, or support. Helping others can bring you a deeper sense of fulfillment. In summary, to apply these lessons in your personal life, focus on setting boundaries with people who exhibit these toxic traits, and practice self-awareness to ensure you aren't cultivating them yourself. By surrounding yourself with supportive, positive influences and cultivating compassion and mindfulness in your actions, you can live a more peaceful, balanced life. Daily practice. Practice mindfulness daily, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Journal about situations where you encountered any of these toxic traits, reflecting on how they affected you and how you responded. Engage in meditation or breathing exercises to center yourself and reduce the impact of negativity. By incorporating these Buddhist and Zen principles, you'll create healthier relationships, protect your peace, and foster personal growth. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to Buddha Lens for more stories and teachings that inspire mindful living. Thank you for watching, and may your journey be filled with wisdom and compassion.